Hello, welcome back. This is still day 6. I keep checking myself with that. And if you haven't seen the last video, we better just explain what we're doing this. Because we went to see a play and we messed up our timings to some extent, didn't we? Mm-hmm. So we thought we'd be able to go see play, press conference, play. And it didn't quite work like that. So we went play, I left early, Jane stayed to the end of the play, and then Jane came on later and we ended up missing the last play. The last play was called After Party, and we are really hoping, if you're watching this and you were involved in After Party, we're very sorry we weren't able to make it. We are going to try and see that play, aren't we? We're going to try and reschedule that, and I had a word with guys at Space about us trying to do that, because the press conference we went to was the Space. And now what they do, and I think certainly this year they're the only people doing this, they put on a little showcase of some of the acts that are available at the Fringe. The whole thing takes about 45 minutes. And you get literally, in fact,
I asked how long, 2.5 minutes.
Well, I mean, the reality is, can you really tell whether a show's any good in 2.5 minutes? But you get a little bit of a taste of it. So, and actually, I found it. There was a little bit of a drinks conference, a drinks meet and greet afterwards, which we did stay for, didn't we? Because we were late. We knew we were late going to the play we were missing. And it was so late that we decided to stay at the conference and have a Coca-Cola. Conference? Where did conference come from?
I was going to say, I didn't know whether to correct you. It's launch.
Sorry, we decided to. It did give us an opportunity to talk to Emma from Plasters, who we had a lovely little chat with her, and she was really made up with our review, which is, thanks very much, Emma. If you haven't seen that, it's all linked down below, and we recommended it at the time. It's a fantastic play.
It's brilliant.
I mean, it's certainly, we haven't, I was going to say it's in our top 5 Fringe plays. We haven't seen that many more than 5, have we?
Don't say that.
At the moment. Well, we've seen probably got 7. So it would make top 5, if not top 3 at the moment. So Plasters is definitely worth seeing if you're coming to Edinburgh. And they're here until the 21st, I think she said to us.
Yeah, she did.
Anyway, we've already done that in another video, so you can check that out yourself. In fact, what I will do is, Emma and her team did actually do literally 2.5 minutes of Plasters, and I'll include that actually, so you can get a little bit of. But you've got to remember it's out of context, really. So the whole thing, you missed the first one, didn't you? Because
I did.
And that was something called Tropicana, which I can't include. Although I did film it, I can't include it because it's a one-man show. The only reason I hesitated there is it's by Aidan Sadler. And it's LGBTQIA+. It's a show, and it's a comedy. He describes it as queer comedy cabaret, and I have to say he sang a Spandau Ballet song, which I have to say he was brilliant. He sang really, really well. Like I say, I can't include that because of copyright issues, but I'm not quite sure it's my sort of show or necessarily yours, but I thought his performance was really, really good. You know, you did see the next one, did you? Femme Taboos.
Yeah, that was being because I was waiting in the wings for an appropriate moment to be able to join everybody. And that was on stage as I was waiting, because I saw 2 from the wings, as it were. Femme Tabouche, and on the following one as well.
God damn it, shut your thin-lipped mouth! You need to shut it and listen for once, okay? Pt2 has cancer. Cooped up in her grandmother's trailer in Arkansas to convalesce, she longs to be back on stage in New York. Instead, she plans one last outrageous stunt. She will return to the gay conversion camp she attended as a teen in full gender-bending regalia, a queer beacon of fabulosity for the kids subjected to Pastor Bingham's hatred. A melodramedy for fans of Almodovar. I've probably pronounced that wrong. Please welcome, from a drunken sailor, Pt2.
Who's that?
Who's that?
I said, who's there?
Who's there? Ooh, you looking old. You look like you're raggedy. Sure you can make it up them steps?
Hello.
Hi.
How can we help you now? Sir, how did you get in here?
Oh, what am I doing here, etc., etc. Do you know who I am? Do you recognize me?
Oh, you a new camper?
Camper! Is that what you're calling us now? I'm as ripe as a plum. I love it.
Us?
You don't remember me?
I know what in the hell you are.
I'm Fem. I'm Pt2.
You'll have to leave. I'm gonna call the police. This is private property.
The road to Damascus. It's a private road. Do not trespass.
Betsy, over.
You don't remember me?
Betsy, over.
Wait.
Excuse me?
Wade.
God damn this woman, how hard is it to
You
answer?
don't remember me as Wade.
I don't know that name.
Well, I have something to say to you.
You do? How now?
I do.
Where?
Well, I'm not going to say it here. I'm going to...
Right, let's get you out. We are getting you out. Wade, is it? What in the hell is this? Betsy, over!
You pretending or you really don't remember me. Because I remember you. Oh, I remember you real crystal. I want to go to the hall.
Betsy, I want you to call Sheriff or the... Yeah.
I'm going to go to the hall.
The hell you are!
Get off me! Get off me! You won't tell! You've been in my dream.
Who's there?
And it's a very intimidating audience to some extent because it's just reviewers.
Yeah.
You know,
and
so we're with the best way in the world. You could argue we're a tough crowd, really.
Very.
You know, and anybody putting on a show and doing a little bit of it. Because when we were talking to Emma from Plaster, she was saying it was quite hard to do that 2.5 minutes out of context, and we got that because we've already seen the play. And in fact, we were talking to some other guys about the same sort of thing, really.
Yeah, and they said they didn't know what bit to pick.
Yeah, and they said they didn't pick the best bit, which was they were clearly trying to sell it to us, but we'll get on to that anyway. The next one was On Your Bike, which was a musical, wasn't it, from the Cambridge University Musical Theatre Society.
Next up, we're going to look at something a bit more musical. So, delivering food you don't get to eat is hungry work. Outside a chicken shop, a group of delivery riders wait for orders, trying to figure out life and love while they do. Threatened by nosy landlords, angry exes, and even their own employer, Eats-a-Roo, they realise they have to group together and take the battle to the bosses. But fighting a billion-dollar algorithm isn't that easy. From the award-winning company who already brought you 6 and Rust comes the toe-tapping new musical about love, labour and leftover pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, with a slice of On Your Bike, please welcome Cambridge University Musical Theatre Society.
We went to the zoo and this kid stole a penguin. He almost got home and then got caught. And detention. But when he got in the paper, he's kind of a legend. And I wasn't expecting a laugh. I fell for that smart, really past 11 and we're still going strong. When do we get to the bit where it all goes wrong? The bit where he scratches his arse and starts sucking his thumb. The bit where she calls me Graham. Where he calls me mum. Where she reveals she's a nun. He reveals he's not single. Reveals she's infected with genital shingles. Admits he's a Gorgon. Admits she's a Gorgon. Reveals that love has been flat all along. When do we get to the bit where it all goes wrong? Where it all goes wrong? When will it go wrong? I was trying to leave on my own. I was suddenly taking her home. Then a kiss at the door that was tender and warm. What if we never get to the bit where it all goes wrong?
Well, they sang
Yeah.
a sort of, and it was just an excerpt, I think.
It was an extra. It was a song from the actual musical. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about this musical, On Your Bike.
No,
I don't know
I
whether
didn't
it's-
recognise the bit.
But he did say. The reason I was paused was I was looking for, because they said that it was. Yes, it's from the award-winning company who brought you Six and Rust. Now I don't know whether that's Six as in. I think there's more than one Six musical. Now the Six we know is the Six Wives of Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Which has been in the West End and was started to tour just before COVID, and we want to see that musical because I've got the album and I think the songs are brilliant. I don't think it's that Six.
Oh, right.
Because I'd heard somewhere about there was another Six, and because when I looked it up, I thought, there is another play called Six. Anyway, I don't think it's Six.
Okay.
So I don't know that Six or Rust, but anyway. They describe it as a toe-tapping new musical about love, labour and leftover pizza. So I don't think we're probably going to get to see that, if I'm honest. But because we are running.
And they said, well, from where I was, it was,
It's good.
It was a good song.
It was, and
It was a duet, and it was great.
I'm always concerned for acts that have to go on stage with the technology unrehearsed, in the sense that they're rehearsed about what they're doing, but they're going on a stage which is not their usual environment because they've done technical prep. Where you stood, because obviously before you get to your seat, the first few seconds it was a bit echoey with the sound, but that's because there's no prep time really. But I thought they covered it very, very well really. The next one was Smile Like You're Happy. I'm not going to say anything about that because we are going to that show, and I think we should probably wait until we actually see it.
I mean, my only impression from what we saw was, again, must have been very difficult for them to pick.
Yeah, a bit.
Because we had no context in which to place the scene. But, you know.
And I'm gonna, and although I've got their little bit, I'm not going to include it because I want to include it in the review.
Right,
so we'll show it. So you'll watch out for that one. I think I know we're not seeing it tomorrow. I think it might be in 2 or 3 days' time that we're scheduled to actually see Smile Like You're Happy. The reason I picked it was because it was partly about social media, and it says here, Smile takes a behind-the-scenes look at the grueling world of social media. So I was fascinated by that, really.
Yeah.
And strips away the filters, Photoshop and fakery to uncover the harsh realities of life online. So it just pushed my buttons, really. So I am actually quite looking forward to seeing that. But we'll know more when we see it, really. We saw Plasters. Don't need to say anything about that. We've already loved it. We gave it 5 stars. It's all linked down below. Go see it if you're coming to Edinburgh.
Go see it.
Go see it. And if you're not coming to Edinburgh, look out for her, Emma Tadmore, because I think we both think this. I think she's a star in the making. She has, because we had a chat. Like I said, we had a chat to her. She has actually also written a 6-part TV series, which is in pre-production, I believe. So we'll have to watch out for that. And actually, we're going to keep in contact because she's not on Twitter. Because she said to me that she says she's going to get Twitter and I'm going to follow her. So we'll keep an eye on Emma and her and the other guys in the whole team, because they're
all very talented.
Very talented. They self-funded it to get here. They had a month in London rehearsing. Before they came up to Edinburgh. Never been to Edinburgh before. She's then going to have to go back to finish. She's at the Lee Strasberg Theatre School. I think she's just about to finish there. So, but she's got to go back. Maybe it's the graduation thing, really. So she's heading back there, and we'll watch with bated breath in how she goes, really.
You can only tell a story so many times before it morphs into something else. So by the end, who's to say what was real? A dynamic piece of new writing, Plasters is an intimate window into the mind of a young woman who is struggling to piece together her own recollection of what's happened. We join Tessa as she tries to understand what is true and what was real, taking an in-depth look at something she doesn't really want to see. Ladies and gentlemen, a slice of Plasters.
Everything happens for a reason. True or false?
True.
Interesting. Why? Why is it true? I mean...
Because everything happens for a reason. Literally, you can find the reason for anything. A family dies in an accident because the other driver was drunk, meaning they are dead because a kid was drinking and proceeded to get behind the wheel. But that is the reason. Sometimes the reason isn't as clear as that, and not all accidents happen because someone was drinking, but there is always a reason for things. Sometimes we just can't see it right away or ever if it's too obscure or abstract or small or insignificant or whatever, and other times it's right there in front of our face and we still don't see it because we just don't want to.
That's not really what I meant.
A man has lung cancer because he smoked all his life. Again, there is a reason.
Okay, well, not everyone has lung cancer as a smoker.
There would still be some biological or genetic reason for him having lung cancer. So again, or rather still, everything happens for a reason.
We're not having the same conversation. You realize this, yes?
I do.
Okay, good. As long as you're aware.
I'm always aware. But we know this already.
Okay. Food or sex?
What?
Food or sex?
What, like now?
No. No, just if you had to give one up, which would it be?
The friends question.
Yes.
Sex.
You'd give up sex?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Huh?
Well, seeing as I'm the one you have sex with, it's a little insulting, don't you think?
Well, you're also the one who cooks for me, so...
Touché. Do you believe in meant to be?
No.
Okay.
No follow-ups?
No.
Because...
Because I don't either.
Interesting.
How so?
I don't know, I always thought you did.
Yeah. I think I used to.
And now?
I don't know.
The next one was Look Like We Made It, which was a musical. And this was intriguing. I'm not so sure we're going to get a chance to see this, but this is it's the modern musical theatre at its best, as Barry Manilow's songs are given a refreshing twist. And again, I can't include the piece because of copyright. I mean, what did you see? What did you think about that 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, it was because just reading on, because the bittersweet drama exposes a middle-aged couple reflecting on 30 years of marriage. And so there were 3 people came on stage, chap with the guitar, younger woman in the middle, and then an older woman. And there was a little bit of a song, and then the other woman stood forward, and she was talking. There was obviously some reflection on, because it refers to this 30 years of marriage, and she used the phrases which are here, things like, was it all worth it? So she said a couple of things, again, completely sort of out of context, but from just the synopsis, it's something about people reflecting on a long marriage. And then there was a bit more song, which obviously a Barry Manilow. So, yeah, it was quite an interesting idea to see how it would work with the Barry Manilow song.
Yeah, and
I mean, I don't know if it's done as sketches or it's just monologues.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because
we don't know.
Not being a fan of Barry Manilow's music, really, and you could say that a lot of, give me his due, he's a good songwriter, but it's a little bit cheesy. He's generally Barry Manilow, but I have to say that the 2 songs, I think she had 2 different parts of songs, didn't she? Mm-hmm. They were definitely given a new twist, and I found it quite interesting. I mean, we need to look at our schedules to see whether we can fit it in. Because he's looking pretty blocked now, isn't it? But if we can, we may well try and get to see it, I think.
Almost. Next up, Chasing Rainbows presents Looks Like We Made It. This is modern music theatre at its very best, as Barry Manilow's songs are given a refreshing twist. The bittersweet drama exposes a middle-aged couple reflecting on 30 years of marriage. Have they made it? And was it all worth it? Their story is revealed as Mandy, Copacabana, I Write the Songs, and many others are pared down to their lyrical essence. Ladies and gents, please welcome with Looks Like We Made It, Chasing Rainbow.
Next we had Shock.
No, Shock.
Oh, sorry. And we were talking to these guys as well.
For Kane, Ryan, and Jojo, life as young offenders is tough. Each there for different reasons, they are forced to spend their sentences together, killing time by exchanging sweets, banter, and truths, sharing one thing in common: awaiting fatherhood. With their responsibilities as parents impending, Grace must help them turn from boys to men before they are forever lost to the system that failed them as children. This new and exciting piece of writing is a must-see for its honesty, timely themes and persistent comedy, guaranteed to make audiences leave laughing and with something to think about. Let's take a look at Shook.
You got a kid then? Sort of. Sort of? Is that like it? Your business, mate. Have you ever got any bird to fuck in?
Fuck you! 9, 10.
I got one already. Marcus. Aye. I'm a soldier. But I'm no way his mum. That's pretty shit. I'm gonna change that though. When I get it. Be different than that.
What are you going to do at Maths Nat 5 anyway, mate?
I don't know.
Exactly.
After I'm done with this, Jake says I can take hires. Go uni then.
Oh, I'm surprised he can say all that, but he's got his tongue up your arsehole.
Fucking what?
Oh, go ahead, mate. See what happens. See what rejects you. Don't test.
Fucking told me you fucking test me, did I?
Hi! Hi everyone! Thanks for waiting. There were a few things to, go through. My name is Grace. Nice to meet you all. Shall we take a seat?
You know what, mate? Fuck this. I'm gonna go save Jake Limmy's computer. Get out my fucking way.
Mr. Bradley is outside if you want to leave.
You should fucking bite him up for that, having a stop being aggressive, weren't they? He's already finished with pure get fucking kicked out.
He can leave if he wants to. That's fine.
Just saying, you might watch him, telling you.
Look, why don't we just take a seat? Don't worry about what's going on out there.
Nah, sack this off. He's probably out there spreading shit about me. Listen, mate, you wouldn't have started, when Ryan was having a laugh and all that. You wouldn't have done nothing, would you?
You're more than welcome to stay. But if you're gonna leave, then leave. Or take a seat.
Alright, fuck me, I'm gone. You've got to stick up yourself though, and here, mate. Otherwise, mate, the time you've got seems like fucking forever, man. How long were you here for anyway?
Mr. Walters!
Alright, fuck me, man.
You must be John Joe.
Yes, miss.
Would you like to stay? Good. Well, we can be new together. You're going to be having a baby daughter, right? That's exciting. Lots to look forward to. Shall we get started?
Now, after their little 2.5 minutes, which I have to say I was very, very, very impressed by, and we had a chat to them, didn't we? And they were lovely guys, and we've scheduled a time to try and get in to see him. Having said that, I looked online and it's pretty much, it's not completely sold out, but it is selling very well. And I mean, they were saying that they'd had good houses. The problem at the moment is that a full house isn't a full house because you can they lay out chairs in venues in rows of 4. So if you've got one person turns up, they're taking 4 seats.
Yeah,
like
so it's blocks of 4.
Blocks of 4. Rows of 4.
Yeah, blocks of 4.
What did I say?
Rows of 4.
Oh, okay, blocks of 4.
Yeah, but like we were saying, you have one person sits in a block of 4. That's basically the rest of the seats are gone.
So like 100, like a 100-seater venue at the moment might only be having 50 people in it. We've been told, I don't know quite the details of this. One of the guys we were talking to afterwards was doing a burlesque cabaret show, and we're looking to maybe try and get that. It wasn't on this, but he was saying that it will definitely change after Monday, which is tomorrow, because the new rules come in.
Yeah.
So things may change, and although you may be looking now to see that things are completely blocked, come back and look again on the Fringe website, purely and simply because it is probably going to change.
Sounds,
you know,
as though it will.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we have said this, but I actually said it to somebody, to one of the guys this afternoon, where we do think the Ed Fringe have slightly underestimated the what has happened at this Fringe. They didn't expect people to come from abroad. People like Emma have come from America, you know, and I'm sure quite a lot of people. We had a girl in a show who's come from Indonesia. So people have been coming from abroad. And also the fact that they weren't expecting people to come from England. So we think there's been a slight underestimation of the amount of people that would literally turn up this year.
Yeah.
And you could argue that they're probably thinking, if we underestimate it, then anything else is a bonus. And I sort of get that. But keep checking the website. If it says it's full and you're on a particular day, go to the actual venue website, because the venue website will have maybe some more tickets. They don't always release all of the tickets to the Fringe website. I mean, that's what we're having to do. If we do get to see Shook, I got it right, then we're going to have to go through the box office at the, I can't know where it's actually at. Oh, it's Space. So we'll be going through the box office at Space to get the tickets. Because on the Fringe website, there aren't any.
No,
okay.
That's right.
But don't give up, because these things are definitely, you know, we'll be doing a review on that, and you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the final one was the Dolly Parton story by Night Owl Shows, and they came on, and the person, well, we're assuming that she is doing the Dolly songs, and there was a guy accompanying her, and she did 9 to 5, and it was great. Toe tapping, loads of energy. It was great.
People were up and going to say they were up and dancing. They weren't up and dancing, but they were clapping along and having a good time. And
but I don't suppose we can include that again.
Again, sorry, we won't be able to. No, but take it for us, whether or not you're a country music fan or a Dolly fan for that matter, I think that's probably a really good night out. And what's that about stars? It's already...
one of the best shows I've experienced at the festival, that was 5 stars, Fringe feed. And then both moving and foot stompingly good, that was the latest.
So
.co.uk.
It's already having 5 stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's her life story.
So it's
obviously
not,
with all the songs. So
it's not just a concert. By the sounds of it, it is the complete life story. So that was.
Yeah,
you know.
and that was, so it was a really good, range of genre, and
it was actually.
Yeah,
it was really really good.
Yeah.
I've just got one more thing. I just need to find it, because I've had an email from a chap called, not an email, a message on YouTube from a chap called John, who is having issues. That's it. Got it. Sorry about that. Sorry about the break. Yes, John Garrett sent me a message and said, just had a friend spend a weekend at the Fringe, and he said he couldn't get in anywhere because of the need to book. Is it that tricky? Right. The best way to handle the Fringe, or the best way to handle the Fringe at any time really, is to book for things that you want to go and see through the Fringe website. And if you haven't got a Fringe website, as we've said before plenty of times, book it at the venue website. Just rocking up and trying to get into a show probably won't happen. There are exceptions to that, and I'm going to come on to them. But literally, the shows that probably all the shows that we've seen, if you just walked up, you would not have got in, because what's happening is the box offices aren't at the venues.
They're only online.
They're only online. Or there are a couple, because there's the Assembly one down in near Bristol Square and that. So there are some proper box office, but generally most of it's online. So what happens is when you actually turn up to go and see a play or whatever really, or a piece of musical, is that they scan a Q code that you've been given once you bought your ticket. And that's generally the way it goes for everything through the, shall we say, the main Fringe, okay? The exception to that is some of the Laughing Horse Free Fringe and the PBH Free Fringe. You may be able to rock up and get in, and that'll be where they send a bucket round, or you know, you pay what you like really. They are also doing pre-bookings online through the Fringe site and through the PBH website. Not all of the PBH shows are on the main Fringe website. So, and there what happens there is you pay £2.50 or £5 as a minimum, and then you are guaranteed a seat for that particular show. Mm-hmm. So, so something that's really popular, like we would expect Trevor Lock to be, and we haven't booked our tickets yet, but because we haven't decided which day we're going to go, but we will be going to see Trevor's show that we've never seen before at Bannerman's. That show we're going to book in advance, purely and simply because I can't rock up and then expect to get in. You know, so our advice would be book online. Well, I know it's a hassle, but that's the way that it has to really be this time, at least. Yeah. Anything else from you?
Nope.
So I hope you found that useful. So thanks very much for watching. We've got a full day tomorrow. I think we're seeing 3 shows at least tomorrow. Yeah, we're seeing Corpse in at 11:30. That's the first show we'll see. Miss Lindsay's Secrets for Definite and Woke at 6 o'clock. Now the Miss Lindsay's Secret and Woke, I'm not sure where Woke is, but we know that Miss Lindsay's Secret is a fair way away. Right. Okay, where are you going?
Sorry, I was just I need to know why I thought we had 4 definite shows. I'm just looking at my notes.
Yeah, we haven't actually booked our tickets for Trevor. If we can't get them tomorrow, we're there.
Oh, I see. I have included that. Yeah.
I mean, I factored in. There's another day we can go to that.
Okay.
You know.
Yep. Right.
Anyway, we almost had a domestic there. Thanks so much for watching. Any questions? We'll try and answer them. Stick them in the comments down below. We'll see you tomorrow for more fun. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye bye.